All right. Well done. Let's take a picture. Okay. Let's take a picture. Oh, sorry. That's like that. The program will be excellent. That's it. Oh, Jesus. Wow. Is your phone using for the line? So I just stand back. I just will not come close. How do we stop it? You just put it in DMZ. Okay. That one is just they try your okay, I've seen it. Hello? If you try your number, it's just say unavailable.
You said? Hello? It's new age. Yes. There is this thing that you just press by the ear. You see one horn, you press and hold it, you put it in your head, you hear that it's on. Then your Bluetooth should be on. Then it will connect. If you did not, just search for it normally as you have left home. Are you still at home? Hello? Alright.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. See you. How do you stop it today? Hey, just replace. Fine. Very picture. Okay. Okay. So, who is on air? Yeah. I guess you there. I guess I won't be able to do something. Sorry, it's madness. Sorry.
Remember that time that we used this floppy disk
yeah.
to go and
It's PNG now.
for
Once the account is put on PNG.
we know now when you type, you just see it. So we use it now.
No matter how from it can only become smaller. It was never replaced. Okay? See, so you should buy a small
I thought you said you filed it.
Our agree, our agree, but just
You file to where?
you see that guy. You tell you that the guy is go for that. You cannot
All right, sir.
Let's stop on there.
Good evening, sir. Welcome.
Good evening, sir. Yes,
Yes. I get very well. I don't say send me something, but I was in the program. But you send it earlier. I been there one program. I don't say you send me something. That's why I say I don't. The audio one. Yes, but I think audio voice. Mr. Tengugwa was in the studio this morning. Okay. Did you listen?
The time
Did you
is
listen?
5 o'clock. Do you have an unresolved problem and you find it hard to fix? Do you have pending issues in court and you're tired of argument? Is it land issues, investment issues, inheritance issues, family issues, loan payment issues,
Is it too loud?
broken agreement? Do you want to settle out of court? Then join Gabriel Onovo every Tuesday by 5 p.m. on Mediation Matters. This is Mediation Matters with Gabriel Onovo.
What needs to be your second talk
Thank you.
Well, this information is very good.
Thank you.
If you have any financial commitment,
People say you don't get money, we'll go and free for you. Now, if they're private, confidentiality, that for ADR, everybody go in. We handle your dispute professionally and peacefully. This our mediation. Not be only us they do more. We they collaborate with experts. We they work with even the multi-door courthouse for Kaduna State Judiciary. We they work with National Human Rights Commission. Wow. It don't clear say court no be the only way to settle matter. Alternative dispute resolution they save time. It they save money and they preserve relationship with Europe. Just in next another correct edition of mediation matter. Make una remember justice not just you.
All right, good people of Kaduna State, welcome once more to Mediation Matters with Gabriel Onovo. Welcome to another impactful edition of Mediation Matters. I am your host, Gabriel Onovo, a chartered mediator, a conflictologist, and a peace consultant. Lead consultant at Geo and Associate ADR Hub. Today, we are tackling a vital topic for lawyers, law students, and the public alike. And the ADR legal profession, why every lawyer needs mediation in their toolkit. This conversation is about transforming how we solve disputes, moving from confrontation to collaboration. Joining me today is a legal expert,
someone who is passionate about alternative dispute resolution, a trainer, a barrister, Nanchang Nangwang Mishti. He's making great strides in both the legal and mediation space. Barrister, you're welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right, sir. Like is our norm, let's throw a little preamble on what alternative dispute resolution is all about. And let me carry our pigeon brothers along. Now, mediation matters we dey talk today. And my name is Gabriel Onovo. Like we always talk and say, mediation now waiting everybody needs to put hand inside. Waiting be this mediation we dey talk. Now, alternative dispute resolution. And like we dey talk am before, we say alternative dispute resolution now one of the options for the courthouse. You see, like we talk am before, we say for courthouse, not be only litigation na here dem dey take solve problem, oh my people. We get mediation, we get arbitration, we get conciliation, we get negotiation, and we get litigation. So why everybody go just go sit down tanda for litigation? We say when you explore these other options, you go still get solution for this your problem. Wetin be mediation? We say mediation na a process where a neutral third party go come into your problem with your brother. He go hear una story and he go help una, he go guide una, make una find una own solution to una problem. Now that's one we dey call mediation. We can't get conciliation. We say this conciliation, like I dey always talk am for here, I dey say conciliation na the elder brother of mediation. Why? Because conciliation na a process where another neutral third party, he go come hear una problem between Mr. A and Mr. B. In this process now, the conciliator now go come advise una, say this una problem, oh, see how una for take solve am. Then una go come solve am. Na him be conciliation. Now, wetin be the difference between this mediation and conciliation? You go observe, say, for this conciliation, the conciliator go fit advise, while in mediation, the mediator go only guide una make una solve una problem. Then we can't get negotiation. Wetin be negotiation? We say now, like when you get business transaction with somebody, I think called kasala, you can't need a professional negotiator. Make it can help you, guide you on how you go take negotiate so that you go fit get something when better there as the outcome. Now him, the person who they call negotiator. We can't get what they call arbitration. Like I'd always talk, now like the elder brother or the younger brother of litigation. Because for arbitration, you go get what they call arbitrator, a neutral judge when you sit down like judge for courthouse. You go come hear the matter between Mr. A, you go hear the matter between Mr. B. You go come give what they call an award. You go say, as this matter be, see the person when suppose get right for this thing. And this thing, the good thing about this area be say it dey fast. You know they cost money like that, and it dey preserve relationship. So my people, now him be a short version of wetin ADR be all about. So now let's go back to our program in a proper context, so to speak. We have this evening we have a barrister with us. So, sir, can you let's hear from you. What led you into ADR? And just give us a background of what you do, sir.
Well, thank you very much. My name is Nanchang Nangwang. I am a lawyer by training and an alternative dispute resolution expert. I practice in all the spheres of ADR, including negotiation, mediation, arbitration, among others. I am privileged to serve as the executive director of Settlement House ADR Training Institute, an institution for the training and certification of mediators, arbitrators, and negotiation in Nigeria and the world beyond. I have served also as a faculty member with the Nigerian, and I have been training with them, as the faculty member in the Nigerian Institute of Chartered Arbitrators. I'm also a faculty member of Settlement House ADR Training Institute, among several others. I have been practicing alternative dispute resolution for quite a time now, from 2013 till now. Yes, so
see why I bring her come back.
yes. So that's who I am. I run a law firm called N. Nanchang and Co. It is a law firm that is into ADR as well as practice litigation where necessary. So I think basically that is
Wow,
about myself.
this is a barrister with many caps. And I believe that today's discussion will be quite explosive and quite informative. Sir, many people see lawyers strictly as courtroom advocates. How can lawyers position themselves as problem solvers using mediation, sir?
Well, thank you very much for that question. Now you see, basically, as mediators, okay, as lawyers, our basic training as lawyers is to litigate, to go to court and seek for solution. So what a lawyer does and what a mediator does is not different. They are all dispute resolution mechanisms. It's just that one seems to be more preferred than the other. So there are matters and issues that you have to go to court to litigate, and there are matters that you have to go for an alternative, maybe something that is more suiting for yourself. So they are both important, they are both good, but we advocate for one, especially mediation, because of the advantages that it presents. And I believe that if lawyers, I know that lawyers are taught just on a peripheral basis in the law school, so, but, when it comes to the practical aspect of it, you see a lot of lawyers who don't really understand how it works. For example, I had a situation where a lawyer was in a mediation session, and then after he listened to the party speaking, and then he had to ask the mediator, say, please, sir, at what point am I supposed to cross-examine the party? So you see that he is a lawyer, but the concept of ADR or mediation is strange to him, So that is why I feel that mediation is actually a new part. It has been an old part. There is a new part that lawyers can actually go into and need to add flavor to their practice.
Wow. As a matter of fact, that brings me to my next question. I wanted to ask you, I said, does being a trained lawyer automatically makes one a good mediator, or are there additional skills and mindsets to have?
Well, you see, you need to understand the training of a lawyer is different from the training of a mediator. A lawyer is trained to be like someone with an eagle eye. He looks out for issues, for matters. He goes through documents and sees where you've made mistakes, you make error, which you can capitalize on them. So the training you need different skills in order to operate. As a lawyer, you are trained to go to court, to advocate, to speak, in court, in open court. You argue, and the end result of that is that you want to win the matter, you want to win the case. But in mediation, it is not like that. No. The skills that you need in mediation is two different things. While you are looking for faults in litigation, you are looking for what you can capitalize on that will be to your own advantage, like what we call technical justice. You know that you won the case, but there is nothing that goes along with it. Technically, you have won, but you may lose the relationship between the parties. The parties may not make anything meaningful out of the judgment. But as a mediator, what you do is your training, your skill sets gives you the ability to be able to listen without being judgmental. You have the ability to be able to balance and treat the parties equally, and more importantly, you help the parties to be able to come to a point where they find a solution by themselves. And at the end of it, they adopt it. And there will be no need for you to go and enforce it, because you have guided them to find a solution. And they will actually make sure that they put that solution to, they practicalize or do what they have agreed to do, because they are not forced into it.
That's the beauty of ADR. That's the beauty of mediation. One sweet thing about mediation is when parties come to the table and a professional mediator guides them and they come to an agreement, you see, they shake hands, they laugh, relationship is restored. And like you said, no need for enforcement. this is absolutely their resolution.
Definitely.
You know, I had a mediation session, just like you were saying, and the two parties came with their lawyers, and one of the lawyer was like, when we're talking, we're listening to them, and we're proffering help, and the lawyer at a point interjected and said, he said, come, am I just to still sit here and I will not say something for my client? We said, no, you will say something. He said, no, not only saying something, but defend my client. I said, no,
And
sir.
more important, as a lawyer is trained to lead the conversation. He asks the question. So a situation where you say a lawyer, you just sit and just be watching what is happening without raising objections, you know, and making his presentation and argument is a strange phenomenon. And that is why you see that it's difficult. Most times when parties come to the to court, for example, they are tensed. When your phone rings in the court, you know, they cite you for contempt.
Yes.
When you enter the witness box, you know, you are tense, no matter how educated you are. So you see,
they will tell you how to stand.
Yes,
how to fold your hands.
You can't fold your hand like this. You cannot say no. You don't do this. You don't do that. And when you do something small, they send you to prison for contempt. So you see, the atmosphere is tense. But compared to mediation, when you come for a mediation session, it's like where we are now. You see, you have tea, you have water, you can't be drinking water and be conducting a court session. You know, so you see the atmosphere is conducive, it's relaxed, people laugh, chat, say, okay, please let's take some break, you know, and all of those things. So it gives the parties this kind of confidence to feel that, oh, so I am involved in this thing, you know, I am not under tension, and so forth.
Wow, interesting. You know, mediation is very, very quite interesting. We had some sessions where the friends who came for mediation, we knew that the tension, the atmosphere was tensed. So we got soft drinks and biscuits, and before we now told them you can take something, and they were like, because they thought they came for fight, for war. And at the end of the day, we had quite a good resolution. Now, do you believe that the Nigerian Bar Association, NBA, is doing enough to promote alternative dispute resolution among its members?
Well, I can say that they are doing their best, because I have attended several ADR trainings that have been organized by the Nigerian Bar Association. But you know, some lawyers are so adamant they are so addicted to the practice of litigation, such that when you bring in issues that you know, it's like a soldier. He calls the other people bloody civilians. So a lawyer is trained to go there to fight, you know, to defend his position. But when you bring someone in a situation where you want to come and learn how to just sit down and just be talking and, you know, they see it as a sign of weakness. So even when you are proposing it, you know, it sounds strange. So the Nigerian Bar Association have done their best, and they are still doing, because they organize trainings under continuous professional development, and it's free for lawyers. Although I know that not every lawyer takes advantage of it, you know. So, but then we have also seen situations where the NBA has also accredited several ADR organizations, so that when lawyers attend their trainings, they add up their points, you know, for their continuous professional development. So NBA is doing its own part, but that is not just sufficient, because, you know, when you want to go into something, you have to invest in it, you have to prepare for it. So maybe due to the expensive nature of some of the trainings, you see lawyers don't actually want to engage in it. And then you see, when you are an expert in your field and you are coming to learn from some other persons that you feel this one, where did you start? You know, when did you start? And then as a lawyer, you are learning another way of resolving dispute that is not in that your line. It's a strange thing, except for those who are. And we also have ADR practitioners, senior advocates who are deeply rooted in the practice of alternative dispute resolution. So you see that they are doing their part, but it's one thing for them to do their part, and it's another thing for the lawyers themselves to embrace the training.
Wow. My people, you can actually join this conversation. You can reach us on 070-6447-5062. I take that again, 070-6447-5062. Or you can call us on 081 081-400-00989. I take that again, 081-400-00989. Call in and join us in this conversation. And I want us to also remember that at GO and AI Associate ADR Hub, we resolve disputes, we negotiate, we arbitrate, and we conciliate so as to bring solution to our people. I think we have a caller on the line. Good evening, ma'am. You are on. Okay, Deborah. Good evening.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Wow, thank you very much. We appreciate your calling in. Yes, our callers, you can also call us in on 070-878-00989. I take that again, 070-878-00989. We're having a wonderful time in the studio with our barrister here in the studio. Now, sir, what's one case that reaffirmed your belief in mediation as a powerful legal tool?
Well, there are several actually, because as an ADR advocate and as someone who teach, I forget to say that I am a teacher and I teach ADR. You know, it is something that I is more of like a fruit to me. So aside from that, I have a lot of situations where ADR parties have resolved their disputes amicably. You know, I have several, but one of which, you know, one of the days I was in court and then there is this rent matter, landlord and tenant issue. It was about to go on for hearing. And then the old man, you know, was there to actually start up his matter, you know, maybe start hearing and the rest of it. So when I had the matter, I just stood up as a lawyer in the court and I say, Your Honor, please, if you can give me a little time with these parties, let's see if I can assist them. So the court so obliged me, and then we went outside. So the elderly man is the landlord, and he wanted someone out of his property. And then I was like, okay, Daddy, can you give us some time? What is the issue? You know, he was not ready to listen. He was bent on going on with the hearing. So I said, please, just calm down. Can you tell me what is the problem? What do you want? So in just some few minutes, you know, he was able to say what he wanted to say, and then the summary of it is that he wanted the tenant to leave his property. And lo and behold, I asked the other party, said, please, what do you want? What is the issue? You have heard what he said. He said, he's even preparing to leave the property. I said, oh, so you are preparing to leave the property? Oh, when do you think you will leave the property? And he said, on so time and so time. I said, oh, so if this is the case, then there will be no need for you to proceed. If you have agreed, let us go back to the judge, and then we inform the court that this and this and this and what you agreed upon. And you know, we went back to the judge in chambers, and I said, oh, I have intervened as an alternative dispute resolution expert, and I'm happy to inform the court that the parties have resolved their dispute. They have all agreed. The landlord wants the tenant to leave, and the tenant is willing to leave in so time. You will pay out his outstandings, and then he will leave within so period. And the court confirmed from the parties, is that what you've agreed upon? And they said yes. And the court entered it as consent judgment and say, and warn the parties, if you fail to perform your obligation, you know, we are going to enforce this judgment. And say, do you understand? Say yes. And that ends it. There and then, in less than 15 minutes, the matter is done and dusted. Imagine if he goes into hearing, you will call a witness to be cross-examined, and then they will adjourn it maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month after, and then you come and continue, and that matter will take close to 3 months or 4 months or 6 months before it's.
You see, that is the beauty of alternative dispute resolution. And like we often say, embrace alternative dispute resolution. It saves time. It is less expensive. It is almost free, because a lot of mediators, a lot of chartered mediators, and you see, they do free, they do pro bonos. So, and also it preserves relationship. Now, some believe litigation is more prestigious. How can we change that perception and get more lawyers to see ADR as equally professional?
I get excited when I hear questions of this nature. I like to talk over and over these matters. So you see, gone are the days where clients will come and depend on a lawyer and say, oh, I am looking for solution. And how do we go about this? How do we go about this? And you say, oh, let's file a matter to court, and then you file the matter. The CJ will assign it. Maybe it will take like 2-3 days or 1 week. By the time he assigns, before he gets to the court, he's taking another 1, 2, 3 weeks. And then imagine if it is a high court matter, and then you have like 21 days or 31 days, depending on 40 days, before the other lawyer you will come for mention, and that after mention you adjourn again, not for hearing, for pre-trial conference, and then one party may not even be in court. And then on the day you adjourn for hearing, you will now come and file application for extension of time, and then you go back to square one. So when you look at the scenario in the court system, you discover that clients are no longer interested in all this long period of time. That is not to say that litigation has no value. There are matters that you have to go to court to be able to find solution. When it has to do with criminal matters, when it has to do with assertion of rights, you want a declaration over something, these are matters that are exclusively reserved for the court. But any other matter that the parties have the power to decide to say, oh, I've forgiven, I am not going to pursue it any longer, just forget about it. Those kind of matters, anywhere they are, from the lower court to the Supreme Court, all of them, they have ADR centers, where matters of this nature can be sorted out. So when you look at litigation and mediation, clients are no longer interested in this long, protracted, time-wasting process. They want solution, and they are looking for lawyers who can give them solution. He said, I have borrowed money, for example, I have collected a loan to start up a business. I've paid the money to someone who is supposed to supply something to me, and he defaulted. And you want to go to court? When you spend 1 year in court, you are paying the interest on that loan for 1 year, and you are not doing anything. What about the process where you come, bros? You are supposed to supply me my goods, you did not. Are you returning my money? Say yes, I will return your money. It's just that I have 1 or 2 things. Within a short time, you have the time to discuss the matters, and the person says, please give me 2 months, I will pay you back, or I'll supply. That is the kind of solution. And you see, very soon clients will start firing their lawyers. Why do I say so? Because you see, when you see the trajectory of the courts, you see always on daily basis we have matters and issues that are coming in, they are being filed. And those matters that are filed, you don't know when they are going to conclude it. And the court system is becoming jam-packed, is congested. The judges are very tired and exhausted. They don't have assistants. And then you see no legal research officers. They stay there morning till night. From morning, they resume till night, and they sit 24 hours. They sit Monday, Tuesdays, Wednesdays till Friday. They are human beings. They will get tired. They will get exhausted. So that is why you see the 21st century client is interested in solution. How can you get this thing done for me within the shortest time possible? And that is where we come in. Some of us have incorporated ADR into our practice, and then you advise. In fact, for some lawyers, they feel that, oh, if I get these people to settle their disputes, then they are not going to pay me my fee. But we teach them. Some of them who come to our training, as I said, I'm the executive director of Settlement House ADR Training Institute, and one of the trainings, as a bonus to the participants, one of the things we teach in ADR is how to charge for ADR services, and how to start up your own practice. So we teach you not just the theory and the practice, we also teach you how you are going to charge. So you can charge as a lawyer for your services. And when you charge your lawyer, it is now your duty to advise the client on the best way to get the matter resolved within the shortest time possible.
Wow. Barrister Nanchan, it's been a wonderful discussion on how time flies. So in one final sentence, what would you advise every lawyer to add as a mediation tool to his practice?
For me, I am an advocate of lawyers adding ADR as part of their practice, especially mediation. Because unlike arbitration, for example, mediation is such simplified in such a way that you can create an avenue to be able to practice what you have learned as a mediator. So when you are a lawyer and you acquire the skills of mediation, it makes your services, very smooth. It makes clients trust your ability, and more importantly, I want you to know that it is part and parcel of your professional responsibility as a lawyer to ensure that you explore ADR. When you look at our professional misconduct, it is professional misconduct for a lawyer to proceed to file a matter in court without actually advising his client to explore alternative dispute resolution, especially mediation. So where you see a lawyer does that, that is a breach of the professional conduct under section 15 sub 3D of the rules of professional conduct.
Wow. I know if I allow Barrister Nanchan, he would go on and on and on. We have had such a wonderful time, sir. Thank you for coming. Thank you for availing us your time.
Thank you.
And dear listeners out there, like we say, you can also get to us on 070 644 75062. Call us today or visit us at number 3 Kachia Road off Station Roundabout beside Polaris Bank. You'll meet us at GO and Associate Alternative Dispute Resolution ADR Hub. Remember, till next time, keep choosing peace because mediation matters. Good evening.